Hello there folks, and thanks for joining me once again at my bench. In this tutorial I'm going to just tie you up something a little different. It's just a little rubber leg bug that I use up to the lake when I go up for bass, smallmouth bass and perch. And the last time I was up I caught quite a few on this little guy in the yellow. You can tie it in a variety of different colors. I use this foam cylinders here that you can get, and you can tie them in just about any color you can get these in there. It's a simple tie. And I thought there might be some of you out there that do a lot of bass fishing and panfish, and thought you might like to see this little guy tied up. Excuse me. So what I'll do is get him out of the vise here, first hook in, and we'll get started. And the hook, I'm using a Mustad 9671 in a size 8. So we'll get that locked down in the vise here. Okay, there we go. Now, for thread, I'm using a little bit of heavier thread at this time around. It's a UTC 140 and a yellow. So the first thing we're going to do is start our thread base on here, right behind the eye. And we're going to work back towards the barb. And this time I want to stop my thread just ahead of the barb, like so. And we'll snip off our tag in. Now, what we're going to do is put a dubbing base down here, so I'm just going to work back forward to the eye where we started once again, and I'm going to take a little bit of wax and put on the thread here. Just stick our dubbing on, and I'm using a little dubbing blend that I blended up myself. You can use any yellow dubbing, so in the description of materials I'll just put down yellow dubbing, but you can use whichever you like. This I blended up myself. It has a little bit of flash in it, a little chartreuse, a little yellow, mostly yellow. So we'll just dub a little noodle here on the thread to get started here. Doesn't have to be overly thick. It's more or less so the foam doesn't spin around on the shank. Okay, alright, I got a noodle form there, so we'll come up and start wrapping that back here. Just like so, right to where we stopped our thread. Then we want to come forward a little bit there, and that's where we're going to tie our first we got to put a tail on. We put a little bit of flash on this guy. I almost forgot. Sorry folks, just excuse me for a sec here. I grab some flash. Alright, I'm just going to grab a few strands of some yellow UV flash here. I'm just going to take 3 strands, and we're going to tie that in right where I stop my thread here, pinch it on, fold it back, and that's all you need for a tail. Doesn't have to be a real thick bunch of flash. Trim that off just beyond the bend. Okay, now we're going to grab our foam cylinder here, and I'm not really sure what the size of these are. It didn't say on the package when I grabbed them. I'd say they're the small size, but you could tie these bigger, smaller, whatever size the foam cylinders you can get a hold of. So we're going to place that so it's just about to the bend of the hook. I'll make our first wraps, and I'll make 3 or 4 wraps and snug down nice and tight onto it, like so. And then we're going to wrap back a few more wraps. Okay, there's what we have so far. Now our legs, I got some yellow flake silly legs here. Yellow with a little bit of flake in them. A little bit of flash. I don't know if you can see it on there. And we're going to put one on my side first. We'll trim these later. A couple of snug wraps like so. Just like that's how we want them. Now we'll go on the other side with the other leg. Same deal. We'll make a couple of snug wraps there. 2 or 3 wraps, snug it down tight, just like so. Alright, there we go. Now that leg doesn't seem to want to go the way I want it, so I think I'm going to back that off, folks. Just bear with me. And we're going to start that over once again here. Okay, I'll take that leg off, grab another, and we'll do this again. There we go. Didn't want to cooperate, which happens most times when you go to do video. Alright, so now we're going to wrap forward. And we'll continue to do some more dub here. Whoops, sorry about that. Getting ahead of myself a lot for this time for some reason. Got back that thread off. Now what we're going to do, I should do, said was put some dubbing in between those legs. So grab a little more dubbing here. Get a nice skinny noodle on our thread. And we're going to run this up between our legs here. Just like so. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now we'll lift the foam and make a few wraps. Continue forward with some more dubbing. A little bit of wax on my thread here. Some more of the dubbing mixture. And I usually wet the thread or your fingers. This stuff will double on. I find it dubs on a lot easier, even though I put some wax on the thread. Alright, so we're just going to dub up to where we're going to tie our next legs. So I'll bring my thread bobbing up here. Okay. And we want to wrap back a little to our foam, and then we're going to wrap forward. I want to check that. Gotta go back just a hair with that, Father. There we go. And obviously, as you can see, we're going to need more dubbing. There's what it looks like underneath. So we'll get a little more dubbing on, or wax rather. And we'll dub that on. Okay. And then we'll move it ahead. These are an easy bug to tie. They're a lot quicker to tie if you weren't doing a video and talking and explaining. But alright, now this is where we'll tie our next spot now. Just a couple eye lengths or so, about 3 eye lengths behind the eyes where you want to stop. Same deal, we'll snug it down tight. Make a few wraps rearward. Okay, now we're going to do the same deal again with our legs here. Matter of fact, I have to grab another leg because I'm a little bit shorter. I don't know how I managed that, but okay, folks, just bear with me. Sorry about that there. I just gotta grab another leg. It's no big deal. Alright. Okay, so take this leg on my side once again. Couple wraps, snug it down tight. Okay, one on the other side, same deal. When I was fishing this bug, I just cast it out and just give it a little, let it set for a bit, and then give it a little twitch and twitch, and pulled it forward a little bit, a couple more little twitch, and the bass just couldn't seem to resist when I was trying. Of course, I could see them. The lake's really low where I fish, and they were feeding in a shallow flat, and I could see them moving, so that helped a lot too. All right, so wax the thread once again, put some in between the legs here with some dubbing. Get that dubbed up here. Alrighty. That helps keep your legs divided a little bit too. Alright, so pull the rear ones back here. And we'll go in between these legs. Get the front ones going forward here. Grab these once again out of my way. Here we go. Alright, so that's fine. Just like so. Now a little more wax on my thread because we need a little more dubbing in front of the head of the fly. So we'll dub this on. Just like so here. Alright. Okay, so we're going to wrap this dubbing in front. We'll lift up on the head there and go in tight against the foam like so. And wrap forward. And we're just about done this little guy. Alright. So there he be. Now what I'm going to do, just grab my whip finisher here. And I'll get a 4 or 5 turn whip on this guy, right behind the eye. just like so. Okay, snug down on the thread, trim. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is trim them legs a little shorter, so I'm just going to turn them here and hold all these up together. I don't want them too long. Trim them all even is what I'm trying to do here. So trim those across, reach across, do the other bottom side. And there we have it, folks. There's our little rubber foam, or little rubber leg foam bug. And one more thing I do on them is take a waterproof light tying marker and put a little eye on each side of the head there. I don't think it really matters, just for looks. Just a little round eye on each side. Just like so. There we go. There, he's a done deal. And of course I would, when you're done, you can put a little bit of head cement, UV resin on thread wraps, whichever you like to use. So that's the done deal. So if you do any bass fishing, panfish and whatnot, definitely if you can get some of these little foam cylinders, tie some of these up in an array of different colors, and I'm pretty sure you'll have some luck on them. So like I was saying, it's a pretty easy bug to tie, and it definitely works. I know that firsthand. So alrighty, so I'll see if I can get a little close-up for you here, folks. And try not to screw my focus up like I did on the last video. Alright, I'll give you a little turn on them there. Okay. So anyway, if this is the first time you've seen my videos and you'd like to see some more, if you decide you want to watch more, just hit the good old subscribe button there, and don't forget to hit the bell so you know when I put a new video up. And until next time, everyone, like I always say, happy tying out there. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon, and so long for now, folks.